Hey kiddo, you are a new game master and you're wondering how do you get your players to invest in your world, to invest in your setting. You've heard other people tell you that you should want your players to be invested. Well, how do you get them to invest? Well, you can't throw everything at them at once. So what do? You focus on the local area that they are in. For the characters, there is a starting point, and you could just jump right to the dungeon from there. Say, okay, you shopped, you got something at the town, we're not really going to do too much, you could just tell me what you want to buy, write it down, we can figure that out, and then you'll be at the entrance of the dungeon. Well, let's be real. If you jump the characters straight to the dungeon, they're not going to be introduced to anything, not the local area, not the world. There's nothing really to invest into. You would be shocked at how many game masters run their games like this. The characters start, they really don't do anything, and then they are at the dungeon, and that's it. Time to go through the dungeon. After the dungeon, it's over. If you want your players to invest in the world, they need to have time with their characters to explore the world and not just to explore a dungeon. That means you have to allow the characters to roam around the town, talk to non-player characters. That means you have to do the dialogue for non-player characters. You have to be comfortable with doing that and doing it for multiple non-player characters if you want the players to be able to take their characters and go around the town and really start to learn about the world. They can learn about the setting through dialogue with non-player characters. Or maybe they go to the library and they start reading books and they find out even more about your setting. Allowing the players to take their characters around the town, talk to non-player characters and do research, that is one way for them to learn about the setting and to become more invested. And then there is the journey, which I just talked about in a recent video. But the traveling to the dungeon, slowing that down, playing that out, exploring that area is another way for the players, through their characters, to learn more about the setting, about the world, and to become, as players, more invested in that world. You can tell your players about the setting outside of game time, but that won't be as effective as what they experience in the gaming session. It is one thing to read about the world. It's another thing to feel that world. And feeling it, through experience, that's how you get your players invested. But if you skip things like the characters interacting in the town, if you jump right to the dungeon, if you do all that and you don't do anything else, you don't care about the journey, there's no real time in the town, there's nothing for your players to invest in. At least nothing as it relates to the setting. At that stage, they'll become more settled in with what the game is, rather than which world the characters are in. So be active, step up, don't throw the towel in, and do what's right for the setting, for the players, and for yourself. And by the way, take care. You know what you can do? You can hit the like button. You can share the video. Oh, and there's another button you can press. That one that lets you subscribe to my channel for more content. Oh yeah, there's that bell thing. You can press that so you know when I've uploaded a new video right away.